recording.
All right, there we go. We got our recording cooking. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I wanted to squeeze in one more call here, so that's why we're on early. And I just want to really prompt you guys, if you haven't done it already, take an hour at least and figure out what you can do to communicate with your list. Even if it's not a Black Friday special, at least just touch your list in a good way so you stay in front of them and you prime them for whatever you're going to do. If you don't have not everybody has a Black Friday special ready yet. So even if you don't, I would really encourage you to at least touch that list and tell them happy Thanksgiving. You're thinking about them. You mean a lot to them, and they mean a lot to you, and just make them feel important. You know, that's part of relationship building, and you'll never sell anything to anybody if you don't have a relationship with them. I mean, it's like we're brought up that way. Don't talk to strangers, you know? I mean, we're told that when we learn how to walk. So don't be a stranger to your list. You know, welcome them, warm them, get them ready for what's coming. And tease them too. I mean, sales is like sex. There's got to be some foreplay. Tease them along, let them know what's coming, and create that anticipation. You know, that there's something magical about that. Then when the right time comes, the pieces fall in place. So I really, really encourage you guys to do that. If you haven't done it already, sit down, take an hour, you know, even if you have to stay up late or get up early or something, but carve out at least an extra hour out of a day between now and Friday to communicate with your list, even if it's a small list. Doesn't matter. So wanted to get that out there. I've got some stuff like the Black Friday specials I'm seeing are off the charts. I've never seen anything like it before. Obviously, there's always sales. They start early. They're starting earlier. But from the internet marketing side of things, I'm seeing some stuff that it's like, wow, really? And I wanted to share that stuff with you guys in case you need these things. Because how many of you use deposit photos for your stock images? Okay, we're used to paying like $1 per image, right? That's kind of their special rate. That's the best I've seen yet as far as a special rate. Well, let me look and see what they've got here. Okay, how about deposit photos, $39 for full lifetime access. One-time payment. It's like, wow. That's pretty crazy. I thought you guys might want to take advantage of that. I've never seen that deal before. The best I've seen is $1 per image. They'll sell 100 images for $100. But with this Black Friday, crazy Black Friday special they've got, $39, one-time fee, access to library of 100+ million royalty-free stock photos and vector images. So
is that on just a website, or where did you get that?
Yes, I'm going to give you guys a link to that. That was a special thing for all of you that show up. I'm going to put it in the chat here. And another one, Stock Nation. I don't know if any of you guys have tried Stock Nation, but if you need stock video footage, this stuff is typically pretty expensive. Like if you want to create cool videos and you want like action scenes, like for Jeff, for instance, you know, he's an action guy, and there's stuff like people hanging from cliffs and swinging off of whatever. It's crazy stuff. And it's these video clips, and it's just like stock photos, only they're considerably more expensive than stock images. And they've got that deal. Let's see, the Stock Nation deal, again, lifetime access to all of their stock video collection for 47 bucks. It's like, it's just some crazy deals. I'll show you guys. Let me get back up to the top. Show you what I'm looking at. I saw this yesterday and I'm like, oh my God, that's like crazy. Okay, so you guys can probably see that now. I've never even heard of this site before. HighOnM. No idea. Hopefully it's not a joke. But Doodlemaker, if any of you need Doodlemaker, lifetime for 49 bucks. I think I paid 69. So that's the best I've seen there. I'm kind of looking for stuff that I know what it is. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Wave.video. I actually use this. They've got video advertising video templates in here that you can swap and replace with your text and your logos. So the video, the ads are already done. If any of you guys want to do video Facebook ads, video YouTube ads, or anything like that, the little short 15-second clips, they've got thousands of them in here, templates all ready to go. You pop your logo in, you put your text, you put your link, and you're done. Away you go. All the different formats. So again, Wave.video, I got a really smoking deal on this at 199 bucks a year. I got it 2 years ago, and that was a smoking deal on it. Here it's one time, lifetime, 59 bucks. It's like, holy shit. You know, so really, really good stuff. This one here, I've never used it. I've heard of it. It's called KingSumo, and it's for running giveaways. So like if you want to do a contest or a giveaway, that's the software to do it. Again, 49 bucks lifetime. Pretty cool stuff here. I've never heard of those. Videly. This is really a cool one here. And basically it will do keyword research over on YouTube. So that might be interesting for some of you that are into YouTube. Again, 47 bucks one time, lifetime. This one's for making eBooks. It's a program. You can create, you know, cool looking eBooks, graphics, all that stuff. Basically 5 minutes without typing any words. I don't know if I buy that or not, but 26 bucks lifetime. Okay, what else we got? I was looking at this one. It looks interesting. It's kind of a referral type program. Probably puts links on your site. Here's the deposit photos. I'm definitely getting in on this one. 39 bucks one time, lifetime. I've never even seen a lifetime offer for it, but apparently they have one and it's 500 bucks. I've never seen it. Here's the Stock Nation. This is the video, stock video footage, 47 bucks. So I'm going to copy this link and put it in the chat for you guys. I assume you guys probably want that link, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. There you go. Now it gets even better. That was pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about you can submit your own deals to this if you want to sell your stuff on the site. I think you got to give a smoking deal, but they'll put your deal up there with the rest of these.
Huh.
You guys probably want that link too, don't you?
Absolutely.
There you go. There's that one. So anyway, I found this stuff. It's not an affiliate deal for me. I'm just sharing what I found. I make nothing on this if you buy it. I'm going to buy some of the stuff myself, but it was just too good not to pass on. So anyway, and then you can get on their list. I'm not sure how I'm on their list. I'm not really sure even who these guys are, but I actually think this might be Matthew Woodward from the UK. I think that's who it is because I've seen this form before. He has actually sent me a form identical to this for me to add stuff to his Black Friday specials before. And that would make sense. The HighOnM, M being for Matthew. So I think that's who is behind this. And if so, he's a straight shooter. He's a great marketer from the UK. I've worked with him several times promoting each other. So I'll I was going to reach out to him and see if this was his and how the hell he got these deals. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. You've got the links in the chat. Take advantage of them. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
And then back to Callie's question about my affiliate deal. All you guys have to do, if you're not one of my affiliates and you want to be, you just go to the Internet Dominators site, you scroll down to the bottom, there's a link, become an affiliate, and you just sign up. If you have a Kartra account already, it will just connect you via your email address, so it will be under your account. If you don't have a Kartra account, you can get the free affiliate account. Now, if you have trouble, and I've seen this a few times, if you have trouble signing up for anybody's Kartra affiliate thing, it might be because you have a deactivated Kartra account. Some people signed up for the free trial, and then they deactivated it or they didn't follow through with it. And it shouldn't be this way. This is a glitch in Kartra. I'm just telling you from experience, I found this, and you might run into it if you have a deactivated Kartra account. You won't be able to sign up, and it's just messed up, basically. So the cure to it is to just use a different email address. Make sure that you use a valid email address, though, and make sure that you can actually get access to that email address, because sometimes you've got to use that to, if you lose your password or whatever. So make sure you use an email address that works and you have access to it. But anyway, that's the solution. Very simple. Don't fight it. You won't win. just use a different email address. That's it. Anyway, once you sign up, you can go into the, it basically looks like Kartra when you signed up. You go down to the affiliate section. There's an affiliate tab on the left. And then once you click on that, there's a promos tab. When you click on the promos, you'll see all the stuff that's available for you to promote. So I've got a bunch of different links in there. I've got a bunch of links for promoting the ACT program. I've got links for promoting my SEO software called SitePop. And check the links, see what they are. Some of them are discounted links. Like, let's say normally I sell ACT for $4.97 and then $29.97 a month. So if you want to sell it that way, there's a link for it. You can send people right to that link. If you want to give your people a special deal, there's links in there for cutting the $4.97 down to $97. If you want to do that, there's a link in there to an old Black Friday special that I did. And if you want to give somebody basically free access, that's what that link is. It knocks the $4.97 completely off the front end, and it lets them in for just $29.97 a month. So if there's somebody you want to give that to, I have no problem with that. I used it a couple of times for Black Friday specials, and I'm probably going to use it again this Black Friday because I've been guilty again of not preparing for Black Friday. So I'm going to have to whip something up. I'm going to do what I told you guys. I'm going to carve out an hour between now and Friday morning and set something up. And since that's my path of least resistance, since it's already done, that's probably what I'm going to do. So anyway, I'm going to drink my own Kool-Aid and do a Black Friday special.
Why not Cyber Monday?
Well,
Give yourself some time.
there's that too. That was kind of my next thing was, Cyber Monday that's for us,
Mhm.
I know everything has moved online because Jeff says that even grocery stores are shutting down in certain places. I'm like, wow, shut the grocery stores down on Thanksgiving. That's a good way to cause a riot. I don't know what the hell is going on out there, but there might be some mayhem and some madness coming down the pipe. I think it's all still tied to this election thing. It's crazy what the politics will do to this world. And that actually brings me to a little humor. I want to share another thing. I just shared how to save a whole bunch of money on stuff that you might need for your business. Now I'm going to share a secret. This is how you save a ton of money on your Christmas shopping and your Christmas giving. All you have to do is talk about politics on Thanksgiving. You'll lose a lot of friends, so you won't have to buy nothing for Christmas. Oh, sorry guys, I had to throw that out. That was too good.
Bum.
Can't be too serious.
Yeah, that was too
Hey,
good.
I've got something I'd like to mention if I could.
Sure.
I think it's appropriate. We're designing more training games. We do them in the classroom setting. Who I've been learning game design from, and who Aldana worked with to learn how to design her games, is Clinton Swain.
Oh,
And in January, I think you've met Clinton, John.
yeah, I believe so.
In January, he's running a 12-hour workshop online about how to do game design as part of training online. So if anybody's interested in that, I can connect you with it.
Wow.
I went through his beta test last week, and it was
Is that
good stuff.
like gamification of your business?
It's gamification and then some. So there's different levels. So you have gamification where he takes it is really online role. It's like doing role playing, and in fact, they use the gamers social media thing, Discord,
Okay.
as the back end to manage the games
Yeah.
when they're doing it online. But it's gamifying. Yes, gamification of the training would be the best way to put it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more that gets layered into it because there's different levels at which you can create a game up to and including a full role-playing immersive game.
Yeah. I've for some reason his name slips me right now, but there's another guy that's been doing gamification for a long time. And I actually went to one of his seminars actually been more than a couple of years ago now. Time flies while we're having fun, right? But I went to one of his seminars, and he gamified the entire 2-day event. And it's like a totally different environment. You go in and you're not sitting at tables or desks or even chairs. You're sitting in beanbag chairs. And, you walk in the room and it's loaded with, hundreds of beanbag chairs. You're like, well, this is different. So it gives you a completely different feel.
Yep.
It's like you're just thrown for a loop. It's like you're in a different environment. And then he has all these different games that you play throughout the 2 days. And his offer is how to gamify your business. And one of the things that he did, like as an upsell higher end offer, was to turn your business into a board game. And I think there's several people I know that have done that and have been very successful with it. And I was thinking that would be really cool to turn ACT into like Monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much money would you make as a marketer if you play the game right? And just have serious penalties, like if you go for traffic before you've done your creation properly, and maybe put you in cyber jail or something. But
Great idea.
Yeah, that I might come back around to that at some point. But yeah,
Is
Go ahead.
Right now, I'm creating a simple game to use as a lead gen tool
Yeah.
that'll be on, the key. So the theme is the key thing that leaders must know when leading in chaotic times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the ultimate upsell will be a multi-week masterclass.
Huh. Well, that's also interesting because I never really associate or put these two together, but I actually created 2 games for different companies. And my original programmer that wrote my program, that what is now SitePop, it used to be Rainmaker, he was a gamer. He was a game programmer, and he made video games. So I got this idea back, probably 20 years ago, the Roger Dunn guys, the Roger Dunn Golf. I put all of their stuff together. I put them online and, built their entire platform for them. And one of the things they wanted to do, they had a division of the company that they had to completely separate, because in golf, it was very serious. The manufacturers did not allow discounting, especially online. If you discounted their products, they would cut you off. You would get no more to sell. So it was a very serious deal. So the son of the company, the kid that was involved, he started up a separate thing where he would get like black market stuff and he would sell it at a discount. And he called it, I think it was called Golf. Yeah, it was called Gold Jackpot. And we created a video game that was a slot machine. And what you do, you go onto their website, and they have a whole inventory of discounted golf products, clubs and bags and you name it. And what you would do, you would pull the slot machine and the barrels would go around and you had a chance at winning some super discounted deal. But you had to opt in to do it. And then once you opted in, you could only pull 3 times a day. So it kept track of the opt-ins, and you could come back every day and pull 3 times trying to get the golf jackpot, which was like $25,000 worth of gear for free. And, that was going to be like 1 in 10 million. We programmed the game that like 1 in 10 million, we're going to win that. And they made so much money on that game. It was crazy. They blew out so much. And I'm thinking about that. My God, that would be incredible for SEO, getting people coming back to your site. The user experience would be unreal. I might resurrect that as an SEO tool. And
what a way to stand out in a cluttered marketplace too.
Yeah, absolutely. And then after that was so successful, I was actually part owner in a big sport fishing website, and we wound up selling it for a boatload of money, but it was called All Coast Sport Fishing. And when I came to them as a consultant to tell them what they needed to do, and they didn't really have the money to do everything they wanted to do. So they offered me 30% of the company to come in and help get it done at a price they could afford, which basically meant some of my time. And we built that company and we created a game for them, which when you looked at the screen, it was like you were in the cockpit of a sport fishing boat looking out at the ocean. And on the side, you had a rack of rods, and the rods have different kind of line on them, different weights of line and all that. And in fishing, this is something that fishermen know. The lighter line that you use, the easier it is for the fish to bite. The heavier the line, they get a little more finicky and a little more picky. So you will catch more fish on lighter line. The problem is you lose some because the fish breaks the line, or you'll hook a big fish by accident. There's no way you're getting him in. Or it takes you a lot longer to get a fish in on the light line. So the different fish, you could see these different fish swimming by, but you didn't know what they were. They were just shadows. And you had to select the rod and then use the mouse to cast the rod toward the fish. And if you landed it in front of the fish, he would almost bite it 100% of the time. If you landed the thing in front of him, you were going to get bit. You didn't know what kind of fish it was, though. there was some like 1,000-pound marlin in there. And unless you were on the heaviest gear, you weren't going to get them in. So, I mean, long story short, there was a lot of dynamics to the game. It was a very complex back end that I wrote the algorithm for, of all these different variants of real life fishing. And anyway, we launched that game and we had people playing that game like 24/7. They were trying to get the big marlin, they were trying to get the high score, and we actually made it just like a real video game, that whoever was the top scorer showed their initials to the rest of the people and their top score. So the competition was unbelievable. And there was people on our forums, because that site was all about sport fishing and sharing information on where the fish were. That's why people came to it originally. But there was people in the forums that were almost having fist fights in there over that game. It really caused a stir. And I actually still have that game. It was done in Flash, and I still have it on one of my hard drives. So I might resurrect that one too. Now that, there's so much stuff I have access to that I've forgotten about. And it's only when we talk on here, it's like, oh, I did that one time.
Well, now, is it feasible to work with a system like Kartra to create something, maybe not as involved, but to create something like that will help us with lead gen and engagement?
Yeah, absolutely. Because like that fishing game, it's all it is just a Flash file. It's almost like a video. You host the file on a server and then you play it in a frame on a web page. So you could literally have it on a web page somewhere. It had a very simplistic text-based database that kept all the information in it. What you could do is I could use Zapier to take that information as it came in the form, and I could populate it over into Kartra for opt-ins. And the text database would display the numbers of who was winning the game and all that. So it'd be pretty simple to integrate it. Now, inside Kartra itself, they don't have any kind of function for that. You'd have to do a little bit of customization, but all you have to do is hire a programmer. You could go on to Fiverr. If you had an idea for a game, you could probably find somebody on Fiverr that could create a game for you fairly inexpensively. Like, to give you an idea, that fishing game, that thing was pretty complicated. I think it cost me about $3,500 to have it programmed. And that was because it was cheaper for me because I laid it out. I mean, I created the algorithm. I had the spreadsheet of if this, then that. And I had done all that work. So the programmer really just had to program in what was on my spreadsheet. I had no idea how to do that. So I knew how to give them the parameters. I could speak that language, but turning that all into code, it's like, no, that's not my bailiwick. I don't have enough hair to pull out for that. So, Lisa, I didn't hear you there. You're muted out.
No, I just wanted to ask a question after
Oh,
Jeffrey's done talking, because my business is not ready for gamification.
Yeah, we're all ready for gamification. Come on.
I'm in the land of I could do many things, which is why we want to stay out of that, because it's just let's focus.
It is a
concentrate on-
shiny object for sure.
Yeah. So I have a question and then a Kartra question. But so I experienced something yesterday where I was on Zoom. So I wanted to find out from the group if anybody else experienced this yesterday. Like Google and Zoom are crazy. I don't know whether it's Mercury or whatever, but I created my Zoom, which is a one-time meeting, which I change every month for my brunch club, where I teach the elevator pitch. And the Zoom link, what is embedded in one of my pages where I deliver for my group called the Gold Standard.
Uh-huh.
And then I also sent the same link out like you do in an email.
Okay.
The same link with the password embedded in it.
Uh-huh.
People that tried to log on through the link in the email, the reminder email, were prompted to put in a passcode.
Huh.
and they couldn't get in. So now I'm getting emails while I'm trying to run the Zoom, because it's just me, go, I can't get in, I can't get in, I can't get. And people that had trouble getting in that got in said they had to go back to the gold standard page and click through that link.
Okay.
Any reason why?
Um,
It's the same exact link. We actually took the time to compare each character.
yeah.
And I have no understanding as to why Zoom, like, what's the answer?
I'm not really sure on that one. I have seen that before though. I didn't see it yesterday necessarily, and I'm not sure I've ever seen it with Zoom, but I have seen that with other stuff in the past, and I've never been able to come up with an answer for it. And it's pretty troubling.
It's troubling because I also had people that were one-offs, like 2 people purchased. So there's people in my group who get it for free.
Yeah.
And then there's people who buy it one-off. And I had 2, I still don't have a ton of people coming, which I'm kind of glad at this point right now. And now I'm wondering if that link, that was the same link that went out in the sequence emails, they also. However, I didn't get anybody going, I couldn't get in, I want my money back.
Yeah.
So, people sign up for shit and then they don't attend all the time, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
So no good answer. So my thought is only distinction between
Now,
only in an email versus.
one thing I can tell you is the whole password thing for having somebody come onto a Zoom is, in my opinion, kind of ridiculous.
Right.
I went in and I don't require passwords for mine.
Neither do I.
You can literally just go to the straight link and get in. In fact, I created one of those what's called a pretty link, which is internetdominators.com/Zoom, just to make it easy.
And even though I pay for it, that's not an option anymore. See, here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff that was an option prior to when they changed everything.
Well, no. This is not an option. This is something I did on my own website. The way you do it is you create a forward on your website. Like if you have a website, you control that domain, right?
Yes.
So you can also control any redirections on that domain. So what I did was I just created a link on my domain that's internetdominators.com/Zoom.
Right.
And then I take my link for Zoom and I just have it redirect there. So that's how I do it. And
problem is I have different Zoom meetings every month for different things with different links. So that would be
fine. You could still do the same thing and not have the crazy Zoom link. You could do, yourdomain.com/Zoom1, Zoom2, Zoom3, and then the designation for what those are, and you can give them out very easily. Like, for instance, if I was on the phone with someone and I said, and I wanted to get them onto my Zoom, what would happen if I didn't know the Zoom link? Am I going to say, oh, well, go to Zoom/J/123.897? I'm not going to remember that shit.
Gotcha.
I can remember my own domain name and I can remember Zoom. So that's why I do it that way. Because if I'm out somewhere and
how to redirect it myself, or I got to go to. I'm now with GoDaddy. I got to go to.
Well,
yeah. Okay.
You have a WordPress site, right?
Yes.
There is a plugin called Redirection. Makes it super simple.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a free plugin. You load the plugin, and that's what it's for. It creates those links for you. So you just pull it up. You say, here's the link I want to redirect. Here's the URL I want it to go to, and boom, you're done.
I like it.
Yeah, super simple.
Okay, second question is a Kartra question and an access question. So I have memberships and I have group programs, and I've been using the membership inside Kartra to deliver the content and all that. Okay. Now I'm completing the funnels for the one-off products that it's one payment and a download, right?
Okay.
The thing is you said at one time there was a way to password protect that.
Yes.
But I can't seem to figure that out without it being in a membership.
Okay. Is it a PDF?
No, it's video. it's a video. So it's a course, but it's a video and then the handouts. And so basically what I did is long ago before all this digital crap came up, I created all these courses that I delivered live.
Okay.
And then I filmed them. And then I started to sell them as, oh, can't make it live. Here's the video with the associated exercises that we did. And now we're still in the middle of, you know, updating the exercises, making them pretty in Canva because they were just on a piece of paper before.
Sure.
And putting that as a product.
Okay.
But before we go forward, I want to know where to have that product delivered from. A page that then has a, here's your password, you know, here's your username and password, or because once again, I used to deliver them from my WordPress site with just a kind of a hidden URL.
Mhm.
And then I know that there's enough smart people out there to go, oh, this is great. Let me just take that URL and hand it to somebody else.
Sure.
Now I'm getting the delivery off of WordPress into Kartra, and I'm a little stuck as to how to do this.
Okay. Well, there's several different ways to do that. The way that you originally said there was you just put it on a hidden page inside of WordPress. You could continue to do that. That's one option. You could get a plugin in WordPress that would password protect that hidden page. That's a second option. Or you could just create another membership inside Kartra and use Kartra for it, which I don't see why you wouldn't do that, because it's all interconnected and it's super easy to do. You can clone a membership site.
Right. And you
Just
sent me
change
one and
the
I've been
content.
cloning it and using it for stuff. So
Yeah.
then basically you're saying use the membership.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
I mean, why not? It would
Okay.
be an act of lunacy not to use it. It's so
Okay.
simple.
No, I got it. I just was like, right.
It's just, yeah, I mean, it's just one page and one product, but still it's so simple to use. Why not?
Got it. Okay. That's
You'd
the
have,
answer. Thank
you'd
you.
have to have a really good reason to convince me it wasn't a good idea.
Right. One of the reasons I don't want to stay out on WordPress is because I took all the time to take all the videos to shrink them to the 1 megabyte or under. Sorry, gigabyte.
Yeah.
They have to be 999 megabytes to have the free hosting on Kartra. So we've gone through that process. Now all the videos are uploaded and are in Kartra.
Okay.
And we just have to compile the handouts in
Keep this in mind. If you're not at the silver level, you might have to go up to the silver level to get the unlimited video hosting.
Oh, I am. I went up.
Okay.
I grade.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that you check your back end, but I'm sure you're getting 40% of 199 instead. Right? When I go up, you go up, right?
That's right.
So now I'm back to almost the same amount of money it cost me at Infusionsoft.
Yeah, but it's working for you.
Not really. Not yet.
Well, it's,
I mean, put it
it's
this
working
way.
a hell of a lot better than
getting there.
Infusionsoft.
It's getting, but you know what I've realized, John, is that like you, I have so much content.
Yeah.
And bringing it over has been like taking a house from over here to over here, piece by piece by piece.
Like
And then you hire a contractor and they do this part. And then you hire the painters and they do this part. Now I'm doing a website thing. And it's too much. I wake up every day into such overwhelm. And one of the programs I teach is how to get shit done. 90 days to done. And I am a victim of not taking my own medicine. But
I'm right there with you. I mean, I
wake up every morning and it's like, oh, I have so many things to do. And I go to bed every night with so many things to do. And then you go, what am I doing it all for? I kind of miss my life back where
yeah,
had a
I
life.
get it. I get it. I kick myself constantly for not taking my own medicine. Constantly.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but I would rather feed the medicine to you guys, honestly.
I know. And that's, it's like every actor out there. All they want to do is sing, dance, and act on stage. They don't want to do any of this other stuff that my business helps them to do. And
Yeah.
And then, the ones that do participate, 50%, they buy stuff, they go away, they don't participate fully, they don't get the value. And then you got your several people that are like, yeah, and they're going for it, they're getting results, and now we're getting testimonies. It just takes time.
Yeah.
It
Well,
just takes time.
one of the other reasons why I spend so much time on everyone else is I loved the quote from, I forget the guy's name, but he was in Jerry Maguire in the movie. And he made that quote about how to get what you want is how to help everyone else get what they want.
Right.
And I don't remember the exact quote, but I was like, that really like stuck with me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that because I'm not focused on myself. We all hate to focus on ourselves. That's something, some idiosyncrasy in our heads. So I just thought, okay, well, hey, that's easy for me. I can just focus on everybody else, and it's worked very well for me. It has paid me off handsomely. So
That's my greatest joy, is being now on Zoom and used to be in the front of the room helping people, coaching people, and having to see the light bulbs go off, going, ah, ha, ha, or thank you, I didn't know that, and now I'm going to go use it. And then,
and
but that's too little bit of time in my daily routine.
And speaking of that, one of the things that I'm going to do shortly after the holidays is I'm going to kick back in gear. I kind of let off the gas. I was pushing really hard in mid-year. I was really pushing hard, putting out a lot of new programs, a lot of new trainings. And then I let off the gas, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to go back full steam again. And I'm going to do a lot more Kartra training, because so many people have given me feedback, positive feedback on the way I train in Kartra, that I'm gonna go back into that. And one of the things I did, I found this, I've built a lot of funnels for people now, and I've done quite a few for the Be Connected people just in the last month. And I've been using the Guru software to do it, to lay them out, to plan out the funnels. And one of the things that I always do is, and this was another Black Friday special, the Guru agency software unlimited lifetime version just rolled out for $497. With that version, it's like several of the other pieces of software that I've bought in the past. I'm able to share that with you guys. Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, do you have a link for that? Because I was looking at that, but it just seems so expensive for what we do. But it's important to clarify the workflow and explain that to the customer.
Well, my point is, you guys don't have to buy it. I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, wow.
I bought the agency version to give it to you guys.
Oh my God, thank God. Because I was thinking about that, of what we can do to explain this to our customers. We did it in PowerPoint, and it took 4 slides and a lot of freaking, drag and drop, just to explain the concept of what the workflow is.
Yeah, exactly. So for one of the new trainings I'm going to do is how to use it, and then how to build a Kartra funnel off of the map that you made.
Wow.
So it's really, really cool. And
That is
like,
awesome.
all you guys are paying me $27 or $29.97 a month, right? I take a portion of that and I set it aside to buy this stuff to give it back to you guys. I also buy stuff to test it, to let you know what you guys might be interested in. Like, I spend a ton of money on software, and it all comes out of the budget of that 29 bucks a month. So it's going to a good place. It's not just for me to go fishing, right? It's some of it comes back to you.
I hope you use some of it to go fishing, John.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I will take some of it fishing for sure. But
Hey, John, before you made that kind offer, I was going to let you know that I've got an agency version of David Sprague's Funnel Maps program. I would be happy to give everyone a link.
oh,
If they want to sign up. I've got a page where people can sign up for a free lifetime account.
oh, cool. Yeah, put it
What's
in
the difference between that one and Guru?
Well, it's a lot less expensive, but I find it very useful. And anyone that signs up, if it's okay with John, you can contact me directly, tell me what you're doing. And I've got about 90 maps or strategy maps that have been created. I can just put some appropriate ones in there for you.
yeah,
But I'll just pop it in the chat, and you can go there. It's literally free. You don't need your credit card, and be happy to help anyone out.
Yeah, and actually put your contact info in there for them too.
Sure.
Because yeah, I have no problem with you guys communicating with one another. That's, this group is for us to collaborate. So if
Yeah,
you've
so
got something good, share it for sure. Absolutely.
So John, I wanted to ask about your affiliate program. How do you take the link of a certain program like the SEO Pop or Site Pop?
Uh-huh.
How do
Sure.
I take that link and put it into my website so that it populates and it makes an offer on my site?
Well, basically you would just create a page on
Yeah.
your site or in Kartra or whatever, and then you put the button. Like there's always a button on a landing page, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would create a button and then you just put the link on the button. So when they click the button, then boom, they go to they go to my offer page basically through your affiliate link.
Okay, so I'd create a page with the offer on it, and then it goes
Yeah.
over to you.
So what an affiliate does, this is like 99% of the times, an affiliate is it's a conversation and an introduction to something.
Mm-hmm.
So like your landing page basically is you, this is you for your people saying, hey, there's this cool thing. Here's what it does. Here's what it's going to do for you. And here's what I want you to do is click the link. If you follow Kern's model, he says, here's the 3 things. And he got it from one of the famous copywriters.
Mm-hmm.
It's whenever you're creating a landing page or introduction or anything, it says there's 3 key elements to it. First thing you got to do is tell them what you've got. The second thing you've got to do is tell them what it's going to do for them. And the third thing is tell them what to do next. So if you tell them, hey, I just found this cool new software that will boost sites to the top of Google, what that could do for you is that could get you top ranking, so it could bring more people to your website, so you'd get more people opting in, you'd lead generate more, you'd sell more, all of that. Here's all you have to do is just click the link below, go over, buy it. There's help videos to show you how to set it up, all of that. There's a full webinar, yada, yada, yada. So that's it in action. Here's what I've got. Here's what it's going to do for you. Here's what I want you to do next.
I finally had my aha moment from our apprenticeship.
Oh,
When you
cool.
were sharing with me about rock your business, fashion your message, and then the art of abundance. I think I'm going to take your coaching instead of being a rebel and have it look a certain way. I had a vision in my mind of how it was supposed to look, and I couldn't bridge it. And it finally gelled.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah,
Awesome.
so I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I've had that a lot of times. I've struggled with quite a few instances of when somebody has an idea and they're really connected. I mean, we are really connected to our ideas, right? I mean, it's like a part of us. So then you've got somebody from the outside that comes in and wants to put different clothes on your baby. And there's a lot of resistance sometimes. And then, after a while, after the guards go down and things kind of soak in a little bit better, you're like, oh, my baby would look really good in that.
Exactly. I really got it. And you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, and sometimes it's that, like, whatever the timeline is for that. Sometimes people, they shift instantly, and sometimes it could be like years. It
I
could
think
literally
what I
be
thought
years.
was that it was supposed to be more like visual, fashion, stuff like that. But like you said, when you help other people. And so I'm doing a video for a promotional video for a foundation because I love doing stuff like that. And then it just occurred to me, like, oh, bless you. That I'm doing this promotional video for this woman for her foundation, and that I could offer that as a resource, that I could do that for other people. And then I thought, oh, it could go on that website. It doesn't always have to be about fashion or
Yeah.
rock. It could
Yeah,
be
and
about
and
rocking
fashion, yeah, fashion has a lot of different meanings.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have to be the fashion that we wear.
Right. Right.
You know, you could tie that to the actually to your analysis of the fashion of the industry. What language do they speak? You know, it could be tied in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm going to use Woody for an example here, and not to bag on Woody. Woody's awesome. He's like one of the coolest guys that I know. You know, he's awesome. But he was very resistant when I first connected with him, and he wanted my help. He wanted to do this. What was it, Tammy? It was enjoy your joy or something.
Yeah.
And I'm
He
like,
was on a
what the
spiritual
hell
level.
is that? I can't sell that. Sorry. And he was really frustrated because he was so emotionally attached to that. And I'm like, what does that mean, Woody? Well, how am I going to get somebody to enjoy their joy? How do you know, tell me. And I asked him, I said, what does joy mean to you? And as he was telling me what joy meant to him, it was being able to be free. It was freedom. That's all it boiled down to. It was freedom. He wanted to play his guitar, smoke a little weed, and watch the sunset, you know, and he wanted to share that with the world. And I'm like, okay, I have your vision now. I understand where you want to go on the timeline. How are we going to get there? And I said, how did you get there? What allows you to do that? You had to make a lot of money somewhere, so you're in this position. So how do you get there? And I found out for the first time it was real estate. And I'm like, Woody, I've never even heard you speak the words real estate before. So how about we create a course and you can show someone how to get to where you are by the way that you did it. That I can sell. I can wrap my head around that, and I can get my hooks into that. But sell and enjoy your joy, I'm out. I got nothing for you. That's a road I can't travel because I don't like to fail. And I would have no other option with that one. That's like, you know, you'd have to create a movement around that. And it would take millions and millions of dollars to do that. And he doesn't have it. I don't have it. And neither one of us really want to go to that much effort. So it was like, we've got to put new clothes on this baby. We have to figure out what this baby even is. And sometimes people have a lot of trouble with that. But how long you have resistance to that is how long it's going to take you to get on a good path to make something happen. And again, no bad feelings toward Woody. Woody's awesome. It was just he was lost. And he had an idea, and he was very attached to it. That idea is completely gone now. I haven't heard him say enjoy your joy now in probably 6 months. He's on the right path, and he's getting somewhere. He's still got some, and I applaud Tammy, because Tammy has been holding his hand through the process and coaching him and using the ACT program, everything that she's learned from being in here, and she's able to help him now. So great job, Tammy. I mean, I truly applaud you for your work with Woody. You've taken him a long way. He would not be where he is without you. I guarantee you. So, and that, that's the thing. The more you know, the more you can help people. And so it's really cool. Back to, why I do what I do, why I would rather spend my time helping you guys is because if I help one of you, you can help 2 more, and then it just spreads like that. So I guess that's my enjoy your joy. I just can't sell it. If you guys figure out how to sell that one, you let me know. All right. What else? Anybody else before we wrap up and I let you guys go play with the turkeys?
Well, I would like to interject. I put it in the chat, but I'm going to do a pre-Black Friday deal. Today is my birthday, so it's a birthday deal.
Oh, cool. Happy birthday.
If anybody wants early access, and it's going to be limited for collaboration time. So people use collaboration time with me with Kartra to either, I do projects too, but if it's not quite nailed down all the way, or if they just want tasks done, or if they want to learn how to do certain tasks, then they schedule time with me. You can buy a bundle of 5 hours. So I'm going to put a special discount on that today through Friday. And if anybody wants first dibs on that, let me know, because it'll probably be limited to just 5 for each deal that I do. So.
Oh, you might want to update that. Your email is not in there. It's just your domain name.
Oh, I put it down at the bottom because I realized that, but I will put it again.
Okay. Yeah, it's Tammy at Spark 4 Learning, the letter or the number 4 Learning.
Or just Spark for Learning at Gmail also. I have both of those.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, no, Tammy is very well versed in Kartra. She's also versed now in evergreen webinars. So she's probably got more experience at that than I do, because I went in to try and help her and she knew more than I did already about that one. So
I'm trying to learn a little bit about Infusionsoft because I'm helping somebody transfer over to Kartra. So getting in there.
And I said, oh, not me. I'm backing out of that one. I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
So John, when are you going to be able to send that link about Guru so that we can log in to create workflow?
It'll probably be after the holidays. I have to go in and set it up. I bought it. I checked it out, played around with it a little bit, but there's some configuration I have to do. And I won't get to that till, I don't know, probably a couple of weeks down the road.
Okay. You might want to just explain what Guru is. People are asking in the chat what it is, and that's hard to explain other than it sort of simulates, you know, a sequence, right?
Yeah, it's basically here. I'll show it to you. Have you seen it?
I've seen it. I looked at it and I'm like, this is what I need, but I don't want to pay the freaking $37 a month just to create 1 or 2 for my clients. That it's
sure. So this is a campaign that I'm building out. It's a Be Connected simplified campaign.
Yeah.
So we've got our traffic sources over here. They go to the landing page.
Yeah, and to give you some examples of what I've been doing, it took me 5 hours with my business partner Dan to do it in PowerPoint. This apparently, does it automate the process or exports to Kartra?
No, it doesn't do that. It's just strictly a mapping.
Oh.
But one of the things you can do is you can put conversion numbers in here. So you can put like, yeah, you can drop your conversion numbers, like see where it's got 2% say yes, 98% say no. If you change those numbers, it will start calculating your profits.
So
It's phenomenal.
that's what I'm trying to explain to our customer is like, we have this elaborate, it's not even that elaborate. It's just, they need to understand what it is that they have various subdomains and people that land at different pages and how they get to where they want to go.
Yeah. So in here, this is not just a funnel mapping program. This is actually a simulator. So you can put over here your dollars for the order, like how many dollars would come in on that order, how many people, what conversion ratios are at each step of the game. And then you can put your own numbers in here and you can go back and you could say, okay, this email is really blowing it. If I increase that email by 2%, what's that do to my overall numbers? And it really motivates you to get your shit together. It will show you where your holes are and it will show you exactly where to focus to make the most profit out of funnels.
That's incredible.
Yeah, this is an awesome program.
A lot of clients think that when you set something up for them like this, that it's just like you push a button.
There's a lot of work to really truly build a funnel.
Yeah, so this shows people.
Lisa, this is something that you have to have, not just like, this is really going to help your business to to grow.
Yeah, but you do this to show other people that you're an agency for.
No,
For me to
no,
take
no,
the time to
no,
put this in,
no.
it's another thing I can't include. You
Okay,
don't understand.
I'm just telling you,
Oh, no,
this-
no, no, no. This is a free, John
is-
got this for
this
us
is a
so that you
tool.
could put in your
I'm
own.
not talking about the cost. I'm talking about the time.
no,
Yeah.
but it's the planning out so that you can actually launch this internationally for what you're doing, and you can virtually or simulate and calculate what the ROI would be essentially.
Yeah. So let's put that conversation on the back burner for just a second.
That's
And
what
let me walk you through how this thing works.
okay.
And then it's up to everybody to decide what level of attack you want to go in your business. You don't have to use this, Lisa. It's not a have to.
I
It's
think,
a, it's a you're going to want to
yes, that's what I
eventually. So let me just walk you through this, and then again, let it sink in. You don't have to do this today.
Okay,
You
I'm
might be a
open.
year from now. This might come to you for a year from now, but let me just show you so you know what it is. That way the seed can start growing, because eventually you're not going to want to do this anytime soon. That I can assure you. But once you get to a certain level, you're going to be a different person, and your wants and needs and desires are going to be completely different than who you are today.
Yeah, I'm very clear that I cannot wait to get to the correct and continue mode, but right now I'm still in layout mode, and
Yeah,
it's
so just put that on.
agonizing.
Yeah, just put that on hold. Let's take the you have to do this off the table right now.
Thank you.
So here we've got traffic sources. So you define, okay, where's my traffic going to come from? And then here's your landing page. And then you have a yes and a no. If they land on your landing page and they don't opt in, that's a no. So this represents retargeting. So we're going to retarget them to try and get them back here to turn the no into a yes. Once they say yes and they opt in, they get a thank you page. Now the thank you page, I didn't even put a no because there's no no. It's 100% are going to receive this congratulations email. Now there's going to be a link in there to go to this profile training. This is a content page. A certain percentage are going to say yes and go right there. So they would never go down this sequence. If they say yes, they bypass the no and boom, they're right here. If they say no, they don't click the link, I'm going to send them a follow-up email in 1 day. Same link, trying to get them to click it. I want them over here. So I'm going to take multiple stabs at it. Now, if they say no, I'm going to take and assume they just said yes, and I'm going to drop them into the next sequence, which gives them the content that I wanted them to get on this page anyway. I'm going to force feed them. I'm going to get them where I want them to go. Now, these are benefits. Here is set up to try and receive the benefits, but here I'm going to assume that they've already got the benefits, and I'm going to drive it home. All trying to get them to my sales page. The sales page, again, if they hit the sales page and they say no, here's the abandonment sequence. I'm going to keep trying to bring them back to the sales page so I can lock that order in. If they say yes to the order, then now I'm on fulfillment. And now I have a fulfillment sequence to keep them from sending me a refund request. So this is a very simple campaign. There's a lot of pieces to it. These are all simple things. You do these anyway. You just haven't put them into a sequence that will automate the process. I guarantee you, every one of you do this in your day-to-day life. You just haven't documented it, and you haven't automated it.
So that's what I'm doing right now with every single one of my products is this, which is why it takes so long, because I got 30 things for each product, and it's different, and the emails are different, and the calls to action are different.
Yeah.
So
Kartra,
my question is why do this then? If I
well, here's the thing. If you hadn't set up your sequence, doing this blindly, just piece at a time in a dark room, you probably never get it right. You'd have a can of worms at the end. You wouldn't have a blueprint or a map. It's like trying to build a house without plans. You know, you might have a toilet in the kitchen. That doesn't work very well. So this is just an organized way, but then there's another huge benefit to this. All of these numbers where you can plug numbers in, these are conversion numbers that you get out of Kartra. Kartra will literally tell you these numbers.
Mhm.
You can put these numbers in here, and this now becomes a fully functioning calculator that's like a simulator for your funnel. So you plug the numbers in, and then we can see, okay, our funnel sucks. We're putting people in over here at a cost, and we're getting a profit out the other end. And we can literally see the machine. We can see the way people flow through our funnel and the amount of dollars that flow out the other end. That allows us to go back and see where our conversions are low. Why are people not getting here? Why are they not getting here? Why are they not getting here? And you can fix it. And you can see, you could literally see, okay, if I could just get this email to convert it 2% more, that means X amount more profit at the end of the month. That's going to motivate the shit out of you to focus on that email today. It will tell you where you need to focus today to get the maximum amount of profit tomorrow. And that is, I got to tell you, if nothing else, that puts power in your hands.
Hey,
And
John,
just flying blind. Yeah, go ahead, Randy.
can you, when you start out where your Facebook, your YouTube, wherever you're bringing them in at, does that somehow tell you at the end or through the process where that it's coming from? So if it's YouTube or if it's Facebook or some other email campaign or whatever, does that show up anywhere in the plan, in the process flow, so you know where the money's coming from?
It doesn't show up here, but what I would do in that case, if generally I wouldn't have multiple traffic sources to any landing page.
Okay.
What I would do is I would clone this for YouTube. And then
Got it.
I could clearly see my YouTube numbers.
Okay. That
And I
makes-
would clone it for Facebook, and then I could clearly see my Facebook numbers. And that way, the more informed you are, the more you know about your numbers. Business is all about numbers. And I know a lot of you hate numbers as much as you hate tech. But I got to tell you, it's part of business. You have to become friends with your numbers if you're ever going to scale and truly win the game at business. And if you're flying blind, the numbers are out there and they're just spinning around in space and you have no idea how to take advantage of them. If you know your number, the more you know, the more educated you are about your business and the function of the inner working pieces, the more successful you'll be, because you'll know where you need to work. You'll know what levers you need to pull to get the advantage of what is at your fingertips. We all have all kinds of resources at our fingertips, but when we get overwhelmed, we don't know what lever to pull. How would you like to just wake up in the morning and have this thing say, you need to do this today? This is where you need to focus.
So are you suggesting to us newbies that this is a normal growth process where we start out, we're just trying to hit the sale, we're just trying to get a gig, we're just trying to do that sort of stuff, and as we do that and start making some money, then we reinvest in the next level and the next level till we get to something like this?
This is a master's program. I'm not saying that you guys at the level that you're at, this is probably irrelevant. You need to crawl before you walk, and you need to walk before you run. This is hauling ass. This is not just running. This is flying. I know you all want to fly, but you got a ways to go to get there. But I want to plant the seed. I want you to know what's involved. So, you don't get down the road and you say, oh, well, we got to do this now. And you're like, oh, what the hell? I thought I was done.
Well, it's especially frustrating when you're trying to explain this to a customer or client that you have done a lot of work, and they're like, well, all I see is that you have a Kartra, landing page, and and you've got all of these things but I don't understand what it does and how it all works. And without something like this, I have to do it in PowerPoint, and
Yeah,
it's extremely frustrating to do this, because then they say, oh, well, that's how it works. Just move this over here and change this. And you're like, well, there's a whole lot of thought process. It's like once you move the plumbing in your kitchen to your bathroom,
it causes other ramifications.
yes, and you have to explain that.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys just this collectively. 10 minutes ago, before I walked you through what this thing is and what it does, at this point, 10 minutes later, does this look a little more important to you now?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying you need to do this now. This is a flying operation. A lot of you, I need to get you crawling first, but I want to plant the seed for where we're going. So you know what we're striving for. We're striving for excellence. We're striving for a multi-million-dollar business, and this is how you do it. If that's not what you want, you don't need to do this. You want to make 100 grand a year, you don't need this. You just need a little elbow grease. You want $1 million, you're going to have to start counting some numbers, or you're going to have a big staff. And I know you guys don't want a big staff. You can get to the multi-million-dollar level on your own if you know what levers to pull. So it's the simple truth. And I know a lot of you guys don't know the truth. You've had your heads filled with all kinds of bullshit from all kinds of people. And this is the truth. This is what's under the hood. If you look at these high-level internet marketers, they're not doing this themselves, but I guarantee you their team's doing this. And it's what got them where they are. They don't guess. They don't put funnels together and guess at their numbers and hope for the best. They don't spend 30 grand a day on traffic and not understand their numbers. They have gone through and they have fine-tuned and they have tweaked and they've taken every one of these touch points and maximized the conversion ratio on every one of them. And now they have a money-making machine, and they will literally pour everything they've got into it, because they know every dollar in is X amount of dollars out. And that's how they do it. That's the truth. We might not like it because it looks complicated and it looks like it's out there and we want it and we don't have it yet, and it pisses us off. But it's the truth. And Lisa's not looking happy right now.
Well, Mike, thanks for that link as well, and I'll check that out too. Mike was talking about this. I guess he's got a system like Guru. But
pleasure, Chris. Yeah, it's different to Guru. What John's showing you with the funnel, and the percentages and what's going to happen, it doesn't do that. But I use it as a selling tool, so I can present to customers quite complex tasks and have them have some understanding of it. But the nice thing is there's heaps of templates there. If any of you let me know that you've joined, just send me an email. I'll add in some relevant templates and that'll get you started without having to do things from scratch. The nice thing is within the map, you can embed notes, websites, PowerPoints, other maps, spreadsheets. So basically, I just use that as a selling tool when I do a presentation. It works really, really well. It just so uncomplicated everything. And to be honest, the first 2 times I used it, I closed 20,000 in annual recurring between 2 people. So I was blown away because that was not my closing ratio before.
Yeah, it's nice once you know your numbers, where to pull the levers.
Yeah, that
so,
Guru looks really great. So thank you for that, John. But please take advantage of the Plan Map Me thing. You'll get a lifetime account. It is limited, but if any of you let me know that you're in this group, I'll just open it up and you can do as many maps as you want. Okay.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you again for that. That's really cool.
My pleasure. You take advantage of it too, John, if you haven't seen it. It's quite cool.
Actually, Brad Vernell just told me about it yesterday. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I got to check that out. He really gave it a good endorsement.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But as I say, it's laying out whatever you do online and use it as a presentation, your closing rate will just go through the roof.
Yeah.
Because people can understand it. Whereas, you know, if you're trying to explain retargeting or some of the strategies that we're trying to put in place, there's 50,000 moving parts and people just glaze over and
Yeah.
end up losing them.
Well, like to Chris's point, when you're explaining stuff to a client and, you know, they don't get it, they're visual. Most of the time they're visual. But when you can pull up a map and you can show them their sales process, here's what you're doing now. And you could map that out with Guru really fast, really easily. And you could literally show them, here's what you're doing today. And we know your results. Here's the map I'm proposing. And if we did the same numbers and we just tweak here and there, it will simulate the outcome. There's no better way to sell something to somebody that they could see literally what it's going to do for them. And they can understand there's logic behind it, and you know something they don't, and you're going to put that leverage in their business. That's a pretty good selling tool.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, that's and one of the things that I'm going to do, like I mentioned, I'm going to do more training on Kartra and Guru together. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to do the maps in Guru, and then I'm going to build the funnels in Kartra, and I'm going to package them up and give those to you guys if you want them. So I've already got one. I have a webinar funnel. I have an evergreen webinar funnel that I've been using now for close to 2 years. And it's brought in, I'm going to say somewhere in the neighborhood of $250,000 to $500,000 off of one funnel. And I've refined it. I keep refining it. It's working pretty well. So I'll map it out. I never mapped it out. I just did it out of my head. I did it in Kartra, but I never mapped it. So I'll map it in Guru. It's already built. So then I could walk you through it, how the funnel runs in Kartra, and then we can bundle them up and I can basically give that to everybody. So anyway, that's all I got for you today. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And I want to thank you again, everybody, for being on here and participating and sharing. And let's get the Black Friday special out. Even if you don't sell anything, at least touch the list. Do some good there for yourself for the future. Set it all up. And we're going to do some exercises toward the end of the year about looking back, seeing what we did, what we accomplished. And I'm going to help you guys make a game plan for next year, how to double whatever you did this year. I'll show you how to double it next year. Pretty simply, pretty easily. If you're willing to do it, I can almost guarantee you'll double. So whatever that was. And if you didn't do well this year, forget the doubling. Let's 10 times. So, all right, guys, have a great week. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
We will see you next week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, John.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you, John.